Welcome to the first episode of what I like to call anime duke-em-ups, where we duke two animes against each other. I'm your moderator, Annie.
And I'm the one who's seen both of these series, Minty.
But I like to call them Chintzy. And this is FunUntitled, where we serve every podcast with an FU.
So just our regular disclaimer, both of these series, Naruto and Bleach, are both very good, but you know, what kind of podcast would we have if we just constantly agreed and praised it?
How dare you? I'm the moderator. You go in your corner, okay? For our pilot episode, we are in this corner. We have Bleach, who debatably was cancelled. We don't really know what happened at the end. Either the artist got really sick and stopped writing Bleach, or it got cancelled. And in the other corner, it went on for way too long.
No, it didn't.
700 chapters later, we have Naruto. So, quick summary of Bleach and Naruto, just in case no one knows it. How would you sum up Bleach in 3 sentences?
Bleach is about a high school delinquent with a gold of heart, Ichigo Kurosaki, who can see ghosts, and meets Rukia Kuchiki, who's a soul reaper, who gives him the powers of a soul reaper after a certain incident. And the story just follows Ichigo as he gets fucked around by soul reapers and the soul reaper enemies, the hollows, and some other enemies that kind of come out of nowhere.
As a reminder, we do have individual episodes that go more into depth, but this is good enough. Summary of Naruto, 3 sentences.
Naruto is a 12-year-old boy who has dreams of becoming Hokage, the best ninja in his village, and you follow him when he's 12, learning what it means to be Hokage, and when he's 15, where he has to actually do actions that redeem him of being Hokage.
Now that we know our combatants, let us get into it. So, as the moderator, I will ask Minty in certain categories which series reigns supreme. Now, Minty is our expert here.
Woo.
She has read all of Bleach and Naruto. Mind you, she read Bleach recently and Naruto's been a while, but you know, who can forget Naruto?
I've also, as a childhood, just kept rereading and rewatching Naruto.
And the moderator knows just enough information just to make this interesting and for witty banter. So, IMO, the very first thing most important in a story is the actual story. Who has the better plot?
Hands down, Naruto. I think it has an overarching theme. I think there's a progression from beginning to end, from arc to arc. Bleach, it's okay, Soul Society leads to the Espada and Aizen arc, and then the Fullbringers arc. Oh my god, one of the worst arcs ever, in general. And then the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, as cool as those scenes are very unconnected to the rest of the story. So I like Naruto because there's a flow, there are themes, and you want to root for Naruto. Well, Ichigo's cool, don't get me wrong, but lives or dies, I couldn't really give a fuck.
In my personal history, I always thought it was interesting that in Bleach, you could have a whole filler just slapped in the middle, and it kind of seemed like it helped the story. If you didn't know that was a filler, you would have never known.
Really?
Because it's so damn long. I'm talking about the filler arc where, the Zanpakuto Toads turns into humans. And, in that one, I forget what the filler is. I think there's a filler about something called the bounce, and then they made the bounce actually important in, Ichigo's little, flashback in the main plot.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah, he has a flashback of all his antagonists, and the stupid white hair guy comes up being come on Ichigo, step your pussy up.
Was that in the anime?
That was in the anime, and I was so mad when they included him. I was like, get out of here, you're filler.
I wouldn't even count filler when talking about these series.
Oh, I'm just saying because in Bleach it's so nonsensical, from one arc to another. Meanwhile in Naruto, you know it's a filler. You don't see Naruto just randomly going off on a mission to get a bug to find Sasuke, you know?
I like that arc.
I'm not saying it was a bad filler. I'm just saying it took you out of the story because Naruto is such a linear flow.
Sure, if the Bleach fillers were real, nobody would be talking about Bleach.
I'm just commending Naruto being you cannot write a Naruto arc. Only Kishimoto can.
That's true.
So, yeah, Naruto may have the better plot, but is it because he has the better protagonist? Let's put him up. Naruto versus Ichigo. Both 15 at one point.
This one's kind of tougher. Okay, so Ichigo is cool, awesome character, great personality, sense of humor, a good moral compass. Naruto's more kind of has those things, but they're more in obnoxious or more annoying way, which is, I think, is kind of the point. It's kind of the charm of Naruto. He's always known as the obnoxious, knuckleheaded kid, while Ichigo has always been the cool delinquent person who just really wants to take care of his family. But because I'm so action orientated, I'm gonna give it to Naruto because I like the Naruto moves, the battles, the power-up, again, the themes. Ichigo's power-ups, it's like, he looks different, but he doesn't do anything different. And he has a ton of power-ups, too.
My problem with Ichigo is that he's too reactionary. Like, he doesn't really move the plot forward. I know you can argue the same thing about Naruto, but it really does seem like Ichigo is just standing there for most of the time.
I think Naruto is much more actionary because he's the one who asks, like he's the one who's going out to do things, to get training, to go find Sasuke, even though when everyone said don't do it, he goes like behind people's back, kind of, not really, right? But you're right, Ichigo, the whole story wouldn't move on if other people didn't do things.
Like, almost if you didn't have Ichigo, the whole plot still would have happened. You just need some musclehead to replace Ichigo. Meanwhile, Naruto, like, you have to have Naruto. I guess that's why it's called Naruto, right?
And yeah, it's called Bleach.
Yeah. Alright. But every great protagonist, we also need a dark side of the coin. Who has the better antagonist?
I mean, this one is so neck and neck. You've got like the Akatsuki versus the Espadas, right? Two very loved villain groups. Aizen is actually super cool, I think, in my opinion. And if you think about it, you had the whole like Soul Society as the enemy in the first arc of Bleach. My only problem is that Fullbringers and 1,000-Year Blood War arc, their villains are very bad. So they're very good is counteracted by they're very bad. Naruto, I don't think they have like super crappy villains, but I do think when you get to like Madara, Black Zetsu, Kaguya, Katsuya, whatever her name is, it's like, oh my god, this isn't what I was reading for.
Chicken Katsu.
So I'm really basing this on like who's better, the Akatsuki or the Espadas. I think you go either way, but I'm gonna give it to Akatsuki because I like more Akatsuki characters than I do Espada characters.
No one knows about that guy who turned into Kane. Cayenne?
Oh yeah. Oh god. And all the names are Spanish, and I don't know enough about the Spanish language to get a real good grasp of their names.
I swear to God, if you go to an anime fan, they could name you all the Akatsuki before they name you half the Espadas.
Yeah, but the Japanese language is so much easier to remember.
I mean, like, okay, the spoon guy. Guy looks like a spoon. He's number 5.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you. I was like, spoon.
This girl with giant underboob.
That could be any girl.
Alright. We got an antagonist.
I feel bad. I really am a Naruto fan, but I do think Bleach is a very cool series. Not the best series, but a cool series.
There's more categories. Naruto's just in the lead of 3. So, which story has the best twist? And, if you need like a standard of twist, like in Bleach, you had the Aizen was the bad guy mastermind of Soul Society arc, compared to Naruto of Obito was alive the whole time, or Naruto's parents were the 4th Hokage and woman.
This is unfair, okay?
I had to put some categories here to get Bleach.
Yeah, because this one's clearly Bleach because, okay, the story of Aizen being the villain, I think if you watch it once, it's kind of confusing and like perplexed, but when you like actually know all the roles and the characters, it like really makes sense of how smart Aizen was and how much meticulous planning he put into portraying the Soul Society. But if you're like me and like you've been like reading and watching Naruto from the beginning and you're like in the fandoms and whatnot, Obito being Toby was obvious and Naruto's parents were obvious. So it was like a beautiful like reveal of like the twist in Naruto, but it's kind of like, yeah, no shit, dumbass.
Fun fact, in Kingdom Hearts, when they get turned evil, they get the letters scrambled up and they put an X in it.
Like an anagram?
Yeah. So like this, for example, there's a character named Lea, Lea. He turns evil and his name turns into Axel, Axel. So I feel like Obito was kind of like that with Toby. We just take out the O.
No, I think it's supposed to be exactly the same.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah.
Oh, Kishimoto, come on. Well, I want to talk about one twist in particular. The twist that, spoilers obviously, that Ichigo's mom is a Quincy. Was that left field or was that like super cool?
No, that was completely left field. That was just like, it's basically just to say that like Ichigo is every single enemy he faces. He is a Soul Reaper, he is a Hollow, he is a Fullbringer, and now he is a Quincy. I guess thematically it's like kind of cool, but what does it do for Ichigo? Nothing.
See, Naruto had his whole thing where like he can befriend anyone. Like they said that in the Rescue Guard arc. And meanwhile, Ichigo he can be anybody. So it's just like, oh, come on. Do we have to do this?
I cannot wait for the 1,000-Year Blood War arc to come out. It is a story with a lot of cool battles, but the story is just ridiculous.
Alright, next question. We are now 3-1. Bleach 1, Naruto 3. Who has the best emotional beats? Like the scenes that like makes you want to cry. The scenes that makes you feel something.
This is an interesting. I think I give it to Naruto because it has more emotional beats, and I think a lot of them are stronger because like Jiraiya dying is like a huge one. I think when Naruto's parents sacrificed themselves for Naruto, that's pretty big. Shikamaru crying for Azuma.
I'm thinking
killing
like,
Hiden.
yeah, I'm thinking about Itachi too, you know.
Of course, yes. Killing his parents, doing what he did to save the Leaf Village and his brother, saying goodbye to Sasuke. Oh my god, him saying goodbye to Sasuke is like crazy. Because like, and even Gaara's past and him connecting with Naruto. Oh, I love that scene when they're on the ground and facing each other after the headbutt. Bleach doesn't really have emotional scenes. I would say probably their strongest one is when Ichigo says goodbye to Rukia. Because like that was supposed to be like the end of the series. That was supposed to be like this meeting should have never happened, but it did. And it was a great ride, but it would never have lasted forever. And it would have been really nice if it ended there. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it to Naruto, even though that one scene of Bleach is probably stronger than a lot of the Naruto ones, but there are more Naruto ones.
I put this category here so I can ask you the question. Does a good story make you emotionally invested in it? Or do you think, no, you don't have to be like emotionally tied in a good story?
I don't think necessarily you yourself have to be emotionally tied to the series for it to be good. But I think when there is an emotional moment, you should understand the gravity of it.
I didn't give a single fuck when Uru lost his Quincy powers.
No, because those side characters, although they have an introductory arc, there's no setup or care for them, and they don't play like major strong roles until that point. And it's like, this series is not over.
And I will, on my deathbed, be like, I don't know how to fix Hitsugaya and Momo's relationship, but they should have like, done something to make me care why Hitsugaya was going out of his way to save Momo during the Soul Society arc.
Yeah, that's why Soul Society arc, the more you read it, I think the more you like it because you get to know the characters, but otherwise, it's a little off-putting. Oh, I forgot, the Ukiura saying goodbye to Orihime.
Oh my god, we're the only ones who shipped that still in the Lord's year 2022.
I know, but that scene is like so wow. Just wow.
Alright, that's enough crying here. Let's get back into the action. This is shonen after all. Who has the better fight scenes between the two?
Oh no.
I mean, it's fair to judge a shonen based off the fight scenes, right?
I mean, if it's shonen, yeah, especially the fantasy shonen ones, I'm gonna give it to Bleach because I'm telling you, the fight scenes in 1,000-Year Blood War arc are like so good. Like when you see like those like the old captains and the I forget what they're called, the guards of, I forget what they're called. Shit, I think it's like Zero something. They're so cool. Not to say Naruto doesn't have good fight scenes, but like I feel like unless it's Naruto or Sasuke or Kakashi, the fight scene is okay. Actually, I do like the one with Sakura and Chiyo versus Sasori.
See, in the final war arc for Naruto, that's the one like, you know, I remember the most because that's the most recent, right? I feel like they jumped the shark after a while with all the power-ups and the fight just became, is this an illusion or is this something bullshit I brought up?
You know what's interesting? I actually feel a little differently about that for the ending, the war. I thought they skipped a lot of battles that could have been really cool. Like they skipped the battle with the 7 Mist brothers.
Oh, you will to your grave take that with you.
Look, I haven't watched the whole anime, so if the anime shows the whole fight, I would love that. But as far as I can tell, it does not. And okay, imagine 700 chapters. In the first 50, you've learned about the 7 Mist brothers, and you meet one of the coolest ones.
Real fast. Okay, the swordsmen, okay? They're not brothers. You're thinking of Inuyasha.
Okay, whatever. The 7 swordsmen. And you meet Zabuza, who's like one of the coolest motherfuckers ever, right? He looks cool. His attitude is awesome. His weapon is neat. And then you're like, I mean, you meet Sugetsu, but fuck Sugetsu.
I love Sugetsu.
What?
Yeah, I love Sugetsu. I love Kisame.
Kisame's cool. I
love Man who was in the Courier of Life filler episode.
I don't know if he's an actual one.
No, he's in the manga. His corpse was revived, I think.
That's pretty cool. Oh my god, Kisame, his sword is so cool. It's one of the first swords where you see that's like not really a sword, and it's like, what is this? And then like his fight with Guy is like amazing.
Do you think his name is Kisame or Kisame?
Kisame, you know, it's Japanese.
We're butchering all these names.
Is it Guy or Guy? You know, G-U-Y, G-A-I.
Okay, but you give fight scenes to Bleach.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Bankai? Bankai is like one of the coolest concepts. It's not the most unique, and it's probably said in like different names and different forms, but the way Bleach does it, it's freaking amazing.
Ooh, that goes into our next transition. Who has the best abilities? Cause in Dragon Ball, I think that really popularized all the techniques and power-ups in anime. So who has the abilities of over 9,000?
Okay, so I'm thinking more like as a series as a whole, right? So it's not just like Naruto's powers versus Ichigo's powers, which I've already said Naruto's better. We're talking more like Naruto and it's like elementals, the nine tails, the taijutsu, versus Bleach with the swords, the hollow techniques, the Quincy techniques.
Yes.
And whatever Orihime has. The Bizards. Fuck Fullbringers. Fuck Fullbringers. I cannot believe that is a thing. And like one of the coolest animes out there. I think I'm gonna give it to Bleach because a lot of Naruto ones is based on the elements, right? The 5 elements, the combinations. You'll have some weird ones like the Genjutsu, the Taijutsu, the tails, but it's mostly the elements. Bleach has elements, but they also have like a bunch of other things, right? Ichigo's speed, which for me it's like one of my favorite aspects. But like the Zenbone Sakura, Zabimaru, they're just concepts that are not just nature in general. Although people like Old Man Yamato, who is a fire base, is like that is my favorite fight scene of Bleach, and when it gets animated, maybe of all animes. I hope they don't fuck this up like One Punch Man season 2
or Escanor versus Meliodas.
God damn it, no one cares about your penguin feet fight.
How dare you. Okay, so God, you remember when Bleach was originally going to have guns, then they transitioned to swords? Could you imagine what Bleach would have been like with guns?
I think guns could have worked, but I think the vibe of it would have been off. Because this is more like, swords is like samurai, honor, and guns would have just been like Black Lagoon, I'll kick your teeth in.
I always thought, I don't know if anyone like agrees with me, that the Bleach and the swords kind of felt like Digimons. Like it's very personal to you, it can evolve.
It's true.
I mean, meanwhile, Naruto is kind of like, here's a cool ability. It's kind of cool, but we don't really know how to utilize it. So, hey, there's a founding clan. We have bugs. We're never gonna talk about them after a while.
And the fat ones over there.
Yeah, the fat ones. And hey, look at the shadow people. Oh, we're not gonna give them any power up. We're gonna give them a deer part. So it's kind of like Naruto, like cool concept, terrible execution.
How dare you?
So right now where we are, we have 3 for Bleach, 4 for Naruto.
Damn.
See, Bleach is an underdog.
I mean...
So next question. We talked about what all these people can do, but what about the people themselves? Who has the better cast?
Oh, wow. I mean, this is like... Okay, so this is like Naruto, the Gen 9 or 9 Gen.
The Rookie 9.
The Rookie 9. The Jonins, the Kages. And then you got like Ichigo with the...
Shitlings.
Well, yeah, the Shitlings, but also the Soul Reapers, the Hollows. Well, not the Hollows. I'm thinking more of like good guys.
I wonder if the Bleach fandom gave Ichigo's Shitlings a proper name. Like, I know in KNY there's a proper name for the 4. I just don't know. It's like the Kombacho 4.
Really?
It's something. Like, it also includes Kanao and Genya.
Really?
Yeah.
Never knew
There's
that.
a fandom name, but I don't know it.
I don't think Bleach has one.
Kamabucha. The name sounds more like Kamabucha than Kamako.
I'm gonna give it to Naruto because I feel like even though some characters get shafted, I feel like they still have a goal that they need to work to, or they have like a job still. But it's kind of like, okay, Orihime, she's not doing anything. Chad's not doing anything. Uri's not doing anything. I don't know what captains do besides fighting the really strong hollows.
Paperwork.
Yeah, and that seems really boring. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna have to give it to Naruto. I mean, we could assume a lot of shit about Bleach, but I really don't like assuming things.
It's so funny because when we planned this like months ago, you said, oh, Yoichi is gonna win this category for Bleach alone.
You know, that is fair. I do really like... I think everyone likes Yoichi. I don't know if there's anyone who doesn't like Yoichi.
Racist?
She's sassy. Sure. Anti-furries. But no, I mean, like, then it's like Yoichi versus like Tsunade. Head to head.
I think Yoichi could do it in a fight.
I don't know. That healing jutsu.
Alright. We have these characters, but where did they live? Let me look up the address. Oh shit. We're gonna talk about world building as our last category, even though Naruto's clearly in the lead and Bleach cannot catch up 5-3. Who has the better world building? And now, obviously, this is the whole, you gotta consider Naruto, all the different countries, how they do the whole genning system compared to Bleach and the Serete, the Soul Society, I guess.
It's the same thing. I guess no, I think they are the same thing. Okay, here's my problem. I don't necessarily know if Naruto has much world building beyond what you're saying, and then like we don't even get to see like one or two of the lands. And I think Bleach does like it keeps going. Like you have like the Soul Society, you have Koiko Mundo, you have Hell. There's like a level higher than the Soul Reapers. My only problem is that like the level beyond the Soul Reapers, I just don't understand why it's necessary. I guess I'm just gonna have to give it to Bleach because it does have levels, it does have some explanations. I still would like to know how reincarnation works in this world. They've never explained like those who were born into Soul Society, what happens to them when they die, and if they can't even die.
I think Bleach has
Why
to...
do people age?
yeah. I think Bleach you have to give it this point because like in that last chapter they did at this point, the special one-off we're gonna say, they're gonna build on like, you know, the deeper than hell. And like, oh, I'm really interested in that. Meanwhile in Naruto, you can't really build on anything that's gonna be more interesting, you know? It's like, I guess we can check out the land of rocks. I don't give a shit.
I think also we spent like 2 hours talking about the weird inventions in Naruto that makes it so confusing on what time period is. It's like, yes, they have the ability to make magazines, but not cars or an actual television. But like the 20 years between Naruto and Boruto, they were able to create a laptop.
And Game Boys.
And Game Boys.
Yeah, they have Game Boys.
I understand that there's like, oh, maybe the world Naruto doesn't need cars. And I would say we all had a need for cars. Okay? We aren't all riding nine tails to get from one village to another.
I only believe there was a train in movie 1.
A train is fine, but why is there no car?
I'm just saying, like, in the actual show of Naruto, right? They walk a lot. I've never really seen them on a horse. They're always just jumping tree to tree.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
So, like...
Even like when they're transversing the sand, it's like, walk, baby. You got no other option.
So it's like, Naruto, did you even think about your mode of transportation at all?
I was gonna say, and like instant ramen, that is definitely like a more recent invention than cars.
Remember that one time where they wanted to get all the leaders in one call? So they had like this really convoluted machine.
Exactly.
And it's like, you have television and cameras! What is happening?
That is true on a VCR.
Yeah. Like, if you're telling me the most elite members of your society can't have a TV and a communication system, but Uncle in the junior exam could have a TV. And Naruto has a fridge.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know they be pasteurizing that milk.
He did get the shits, though.
That was expiration problems.
Alright, so Naruto has beaten Bleach. No one was surprised. We all
thought fair. Naruto got the better points.
Yeah.
The points that like actually make you read the series.
But you know, Bleach is still a classic, you know.
Just for being cool. I think we talked about this before, but Bleach is just a cool anime. It's not a good anime. It's not a heartbreaking, emotional. It's not the most well-written series. But it's definitely like, it just has a cool vibe about it.
So join us next time on Anime Duke 'em Ups, where we put Nihao Kailan versus Dora the Explorer.
That would be interesting if I ever saw an episode of Nihao Kailan.
Until then, oh, you definitely seen one.
Okay, maybe like 3.
Bye.